There's a lot of things you need to know, young people, when it comes to Nigeria and how it's run. Nigeria is a business. It's run like a business, it's not run like a country. Every time they tell you in school, your teachers tell you, remember in 2014 when I say Nigerian teachers are the biggest liars in the world? Many people didn't understand why I was calling school teachers the biggest liars. Because they tell you that you're the future of tomorrow, you're the future of Nigeria. You're not the future of Nigeria, okay? You tell that to every youth you see out there in primary and secondary school. They're not the future of Nigeria, they're not the future tomorrow. Okay, your leaders are the future and they'll continue to be the future because they recycle themselves into government. So Nigeria is a company, it's a business and it's run like a business. Okay, Mr. Babangida had his book launch yesterday, and the biggest donors were as follows. Okay, well, I'm not going to put them in any accordance because these are the biggest ones. Okay, there were some names missing in the top five, but maybe they made their quiet donations. You know, I told you in the last video, following Shalakija and DJ Adeleke, they might have made their silent donations, but you know, to avoid the media and the backlash, it'll affect their children, their children's children, and the Davidos and the this ones and the that one. So listen carefully, because you're poor, you don't have any money, okay? You can't afford anything. So don't sit down there, come and abuse me, okay? I don't have time for you. I'm not in Nigeria anymore. Nigeria is not part of my problem, okay? The only part of my problem in Nigeria is the drug abuse, because once they introduce drugs into your life, okay, everything's over for you. And I want youth to prevent that from their lives. But when it comes to government, governance, things, I don't care. Okay, I'm out here, I'm doing my own thing. Any government that wants to hire me around the world, I put my name out there, hire me, I'll do this for you. But in that government, if you're not part of the government, you see what's happening to Trump now? The Democrats are saying that because they're not in power, all this stuff is happening. It's who is in power that rules. Okay, this man, Babangida, ruled for 8 years as a military president. This is how he became presidency. He started Aso Rock. He started Abuja, all that stuff. So you were a baby, a kid, or maybe you were not even born. Okay, Mr. Babangida, okay, has this book called A Journey in Service, and yesterday was the launching of it. And of course, the presidential library. You see that presidential library thing? They're trying to copy what America is doing. America has presidential libraries for each of their presidents. If you ever go to the United States, make sure you visit the Carter Library. That's my favorite, okay, in Atlanta. And the Clinton Library, and of course, the Obama Library. Make sure you visit all those presidential libraries, at least the ones that have the good ones. Okay, so now they want to copy all these things, okay? Obasanjo has his presidential library. I don't know if Buhari has one, but these presidential libraries in Nigeria, you can boycott it, all right? But they'll pump money into it because they know they're feeding each other. All right, BUA, the cement guy, okay, Rabiu gave 3 billion towards this presidential library yesterday, all right? And T.Y. Danjuma, the one that killed my uncle, you know my uncle, right? Adekunle Fajui, who was what I will call the governor of Western Region at that time. What was Western Region, including Delta, 8 states plus Delta? After the coup, when Ironsi took over and he had all these military administrators, Adekunle Fajui was the one in the West, hosted Ironsi. Ironsi came to Ibadan, same government house in Agodi, and then the army came in. Whoever that army was, it's Nigerian army. They all do their mutiny in between themselves. Army came in, took both of them. Okay, well, they took Ironsi. They wanted to go kill him. And my uncle Adekunle Fajui said, no, you can't take my case. I'm going with you. He went with them. They were both tortured in the woods in Iwo Road, and they were killed. And the government took over. Yakubu Gowon became the head of state. He organized the whole thing. All right. So between Yakubu Gowon and Danjuma, I don't like those people. Okay, Danjuma is also known as the coup plotter killers. Anyone that plots a coup is the one that executes them. Murtala Mohammed's coup. When they killed Murtala Mohammed, Colonel Dimka was killed by Danjuma. You need to know these people. Danjuma was the chairman of May and Baker, a pharmaceutical company, for a long time. His wife, Daisy Danjuma, was a senator at one point for Edo State. And Daisy is the one in charge of May and Baker now. Remember how I called her out during the COVID epidemic? During COVID, she prevented all those ventilators and COVID tests that Jack Ma sent to Nigerians. A billionaire in China, Jack Ma, who owns Alibaba, sent us COVID test kits and ventilators and different things. The test kits, almost 20,000 per state, were shared between the governors and their cronies and all the people in their circle. And I remember when that whole thing came in, Mayor Baker wanted to take monopoly of the test kits and started banning some of the foreign ones coming in as donations. I called Daisy Danjuma out. Okay, if you like, be celebrating all of them. Okay, she was there at Davido's wedding and all that. Be celebrating these people and you don't know what they've done. Okay, everyone is spending Nigerian money. And you see them at the same parties over and over. One day the party will be over. Okay, and Daisy Danjuma, after I called her out, I actually outed her full blast because Daisy was also the Minister of Health's sister. This is how Nigeria runs, like a business. Okay, the Minister of Health, okay, Dr. Osage Ehanire from Edo State was the Minister of Health during COVID for Buhari. And she used her monopoly from Mayor Baker and her brother being the minister to put her foot on so many things that you, the ordinary Nigerians, needed. So many of you were not tested for COVID, not to talk of vaccine or anything like that, but thank God for your life. You survived this whole thing without a vaccine. All right. Daisy's maiden name is Daisy Ehanire. She's Ehanire's sister. You see how everything works? The media will not tell you this. Only Kemi Olunloyo will tell you the relationship of A to B to C. They're running your country as a business. All right. So Danjuma dropped 2 billion yesterday. What did I say? Rabiu dropped 3. Danjuma dropped 2 billion. Dangote, Dantata's grandchild, Dangote dropped 2 billion for 4 years until the library goes live. So his own is 8 billion over there. You know what I mean? Arthur Eze dropped 500 million. He was on the stage talking and ranting about how Babangida made him. You hear about these people. Arthur Eze's petroleum company and all that. Oh, they're rich, Igbo billionaires. All your Igbo billionaires, where did they get their money for? There's only 2 sources of money for Igbo billionaires. The oil money that they got from the leaders as gifts and the drugs, okay? There's a lot of billionaires in Igbo land that carry drugs, heavy shipments of drugs. If you want to call me out or if you want to yap me in the comments. I care fucking less. Okay, go watch BBC's new documentary. Dropped this morning, February 21st, 2025. That documentary has dropped. Okay, I'm no longer in journalism, but I will come back here and do a rewind of things that I've said or done and you did not believe me. I'm in health now, Dr. Kemi Health. I'll be putting my little health videos out there if I can, maybe 2 a day, 3 a day, because I work outside social media now. I'm working on research. I'm working on a lot of HIV and a lot of drug abuse and things. But I'm going to tell you the history of Nigeria and what you need to know. All these people dropping money for Babangida's library when it goes live. If it ever goes live, protest that library. You know what I mean? It's wrong. If he had not confessed yesterday, yeah, maybe, I don't know, but he confessed. If somebody confesses that they killed someone else's democracy, should you even be donating to them? You know what I mean? I like Dangote, I like his business ideals, but I was shocked that he donated yesterday. And for those ones that couldn't donate openly, the Adeleke, the Follow Shalakija, and others who didn't want to be looked as, because they knew there was a confession. We see you. We see you, a journey in service. Everything Babangida did in service became a 0. He's my father's friend. Okay, my father used to go see him in Mina. They know what they're doing. They know what they're saying. But I was not happy after Dele Giwa. I was not happy after the way they frustrated that IGP when the bomb went off at Dele Giwa's house. That IGP spoke. Remember the interview? Oh, you were young. 2013 interview with the IGP. The IGP said they frustrated him. They flew Shoyinka out. Not Wale Shoyinka, the Shoyinka journalist. They flew him out. Babangida flew him abroad, so he doesn't have to testify. So many stuff was blocked, but that IGP spoke to Punch in that interview. And he's now a pastor, old man, 87 now, 87, 88. People, wake up. This is why I'm still here, to tell you the history of Nigeria. You won't hear it again, except from Dr. Kemi, okay? So have everybody follow me on my name, Dr. Olukemi Olunloyo. That's the handle, Dr. Olukemi Olunloyo.